There is a terrifying calmness in the eyes of a woman who has finally decided to settle. Most men mistake this look for love. They mistake it for peace. They look at the woman sitting across from them, the woman who finally stopped playing games, the woman who finally answered his texts on time, the woman who whispers that he is different from all the others, and they feel a sense of victory. You think you won. You think you cracked the code. You think that your patience, your stability, and your genuine love finally broke through her defenses and made her see your value. But you are wrong. And the reason you are wrong is the same reason why, 6 months or 6 years from now, you are going to wake up in a house that feels like a prison, next to a woman who looks at you with a mixture of resentment and boredom that cuts deeper than hatred ever could. She didn't choose you because she desires you. She chose you because she survived the others. Before you invest another day, another dollar, or another ounce of your soul into a relationship that might be built on a foundation of sand, you need to understand the 3 psychological secrets she will never admit, not to her friends, not to her therapist, and certainly not to you. First, we are going to expose the epiphany phase, the precise biological moment when a woman switches her strategy from hunting for genetics to hunting for resources. Second, we will decode the single most insulting word a woman can use to describe you, a word you probably think is a compliment. And third, I am going to teach you how to spot the difference between a woman who truly loves you and a woman who is simply using you as a life raft because she is drowning in the consequences of her own past. This is not about bitterness. This is about blindness. And by the end of this video, you will see. Welcome to the Aphorism Archive. Let's begin. To understand your current position, you have to understand the timeline that existed before you arrived. You see, modern dating is not a romantic fairy tale. It is a biological marketplace governed by harsh, evolutionary economics. And in this market, there are 2 distinct currencies, excitement and security. For the last decade, the woman you are seeing has likely been trading in the currency of excitement. She spent her 20s navigating a chaotic, high-stakes market of high-variance men. These were the men who didn't call her back. The men who were emotionally unavailable. The men who were unpredictable, dangerous, narcissistic, and undeniably thrilling. Why did she chase them? Because they triggered her primal addiction to dopamine. Every time she sent a text and had to wait 3 days for a reply, her brain spiked with anxiety. When the reply finally came, her brain spiked with relief. That cycle, anxiety, relief, creates a chemical bond that is stronger than love. It is called a trauma bond. She gave those men her best years. She gave them her youth, her enthusiasm, her rawest intimacy, and her most uninhibited passion. She jumped through hoops for them. She cooked for them. She canceled plans for them. She tried to fix them. But there is a flaw in that strategy. It has an expiration date. The excitement market is brutal. As she approaches 30, 32, 35, the market begins to correct. She starts seeing her friends getting married. She sees the bad boys she used to chase trading her in for younger models. She feels the biological pressure, the deafening tick-tock of the fertility clock. And suddenly, the strategy that worked for a decade stops working. The thrill is gone, replaced by a terrifying question: what happens to me now? This is the moment she meets you. You are not the bad boy. You are the man who built a career while others were partying. You are the man who saved his money. You are the man who developed emotional intelligence. You are the man who wants a family. She looks at you, and for the first time in her life, she doesn't calculate your thrills. She calculates your utility. She isn't looking for a lover, she is looking for an escape hatch. She is looking for a pension plan. Those other men? They were the passion. You are the pension. It hurts to hear this. I know it does. Your ego wants to believe that she simply matured. You want to believe she realized that good guys are actually better. But maturity involves taking accountability for the past. What she is doing is not maturity, it is survival. She is drowning in a stormy sea that she helped create, and you are the sturdy boat passing by. She grabs onto you not because she loves the boat, but because she doesn't want to freeze to death in the water. If you want to know exactly where you stand in her subconscious, listen to how she describes you to her friends after 3 glasses of wine. There is a specific word that appears in these conversations. It is spoken with a sigh of relief, but also a hint of resignation. The word is stable. He's so stable. I just needed someone stable. It's nice to finally be with a stable man. Gentlemen, you have been conditioned by society to wear this badge with honor. You think stable means strong. You think it means reliable. But let's analyze this through the lens of linguistics and desire. Think about the things in your life that you are truly passionate about. When you talk about your dream car, do you say, "Man, I really want that Ferrari, it's so stable"? No. You say it's fast. You say it's sexy. You say it's exhilarating. When you talk about your favorite vacation spot, do you say, "I love Paris, it's very stable"? No. You say it's magical. Breathtaking. Stable is the word you use to describe your washing machine. Stable is the word you use to describe the foundation of a house. Stable is the word you use to describe a municipal bond that yields 2% interest. Stable is functional. It is necessary. But it is boring. When she calls you stable, she is admitting that you do not trigger her primal desire. She is admitting that you are a utility. You are the infrastructure upon which she will build her comfort, but you are not the storm that makes her feel alive. And here is the tragedy, the part of her that craves the storm didn't die. It just went dormant. It's hibernating. And like a bear in winter, it will eventually wake up. This is where men try to argue with me. They say, "But people change." She's tired of the drama. She wants peace now. And to that, I say, you are underestimating the power of neurology. This isn't just about choices. This is about brain chemistry. For years, this woman's brain has been wired to associate love with cortisol and dopamine. High stress, high reward. The roller coaster. Her baseline for what constitutes intimacy is set at an extreme level of volatility. When she enters a relationship with you, the stable man, her brain goes into withdrawal. There is no fighting. There is no wondering where you are at 3 a.m. There is no jealousy games. To you, this is a healthy relationship. To her subconscious, this feels like death. She genuinely believes she wants peace. She consciously tells herself, "I am done with the bad boys." She is not lying to you on purpose, she is lying to herself. But her nervous system is bored. And boredom, for a woman addicted to chaos, is physically painful. So, what happens? Usually around month 6, or month 9, or perhaps a year into the marriage, the mask begins to slip. The subconscious need for stimulation overrides the conscious desire for safety. She starts to manufacture chaos. She picks fights over nothing. The way you chew. The way you breathe. She creates drama where there is none, just to feel something. Or, worse, she begins to seek that dopamine hit outside the relationship. It starts innocently. The work husband. The ex-boyfriend she keeps around just as a friend. The validation she seeks on Instagram, posting thirst traps to get likes from strangers. She is trying to microdose the drug she used to be addicted to. She is siphoning resources from you, while siphoning validation from others. She is trying to have her cake and eat it too. She wants the pension plan, but she still wants to day trade on the excitement market. She sells you a story of redemption. I made mistakes in the past. I didn't know my worth. I was young and stupid. But I've done the work. And you, being a good man with a savior complex, you eat it up. You love the idea of being the one. The man who finally treated her right. The man who saved her from the toxicity of the world. It feeds your male ego. It makes you feel superior to the men from her past. Those guys were jerks, you think. I'm a gentleman. That's why she chose me. But you need to ask yourself a brutal question. What work has she actually done? Did she spend 2 years in intensive therapy deconstructing the childhood trauma that led her to seek abusive men? Did she spend a significant period of time, years, not months, being single, celibate, and happy alone, learning to validate herself without male attention? Did she completely cut off the orbiters and the friends from her past life? Or, did she just get tired? Did she just run out of options? Did she just realize that her looks are fading and she needs to lock down a provider before the music stops? If the change was circumstantial, age, market value, rather than internal, therapy, self-reflection, then she hasn't changed at all. She has just pivoted. You are not the prize. You are the retirement home. How do you know if you are in this situation? The signs are subtle at first, but once you see them, you cannot unsee them. 1. The passion gap. Ask yourself, did she do things for the men in her past that she refuses to do for you? I'm talking about sexual enthusiasm. I'm talking about the effort she puts into her appearance. Does she dress up for work, but wear sweatpants for you? Did she have wild, uninhibited experiences with the toxic ex, but with you, she's tired, has a headache, or needs to be in the right mood? This is the ultimate insult. She gave the alpha her best, she is giving you her leftovers. 2. The phone guard. A woman who is truly all in with a safe, stable man has nothing to hide. But a woman who is using you for safety while craving excitement. Her phone is Fort Knox. It's always face down. She takes it to the bathroom. She gets notifications at odd hours and dismisses them quickly. She guards her digital life because that is where she keeps her dopamine supply. 3. The Just Friends network. She insists on keeping in touch with exes. She has a lot of male friends. When you question this, she calls you insecure. She calls you controlling. You're different, she says. I'm with you now. Why are you so jealous? This is gaslighting. She keeps these men around not because she values their friendship, but because they are backup generators. If the safety you provide ever fails, or if she gets too bored, she has a roster of attention ready to go. 4. The resentment of the provider. This is the most painful one. She resents you for the very safety she demanded. She hates that she needs you. She hates that she had to settle. And she projects that self-hatred onto you. She criticizes your ambition, even though it pays the bills. She mocks your hobbies. She rolls her eyes when you speak. You feel like you can never do enough, because the problem isn't what you do, the problem is who you are, or rather, who you are not. You are not the bad boy. And deep down, she hasn't forgiven you for that. Why do men fall for this? Why do smart, successful, logical men wife up women who are clearly settling? Because society lied to you, too. You were told that if you were a good man, if you provided, protected, and loved, you would be rewarded with loyalty and desire. You were told that women want nice guys. You were told that a woman's past doesn't matter, and judging it makes you insecure. So you suppress your gut instinct. That little voice in the back of your head that says, something is off. She doesn't look at me the way she looks at that guy in the movie. You silence that voice. You tell yourself you are being paranoid. You double down. You buy a bigger house. You take her on nicer vacations. You try to buy the desire that the other guys got for free. But you cannot negotiate desire. Desire is not a transaction. It is a reaction. And you cannot build a future with a woman who is fundamentally reacting to you as a safety net rather than a soulmate. If you are watching this and realizing, with a sinking feeling in your stomach, that I am describing your relationship, you have a choice to make. And you need to make it with cold, rational logic. Scenario A, the casual frame. If you are just dating. If you are not married. If there are no kids. You can enjoy this for what it is. She is attractive. The company is nice. But you must categorize her correctly in your mind. She is recreational, not foundational. Do not give her the keys to your kingdom. Do not merge finances. Do not move her in. Enjoy the present, but do not mortgage your future. Scenario B, the hard exit. If you are looking for a wife. If you want a legacy. Then you must have the courage to walk away from a deal that is rigged against you. You need to find a woman who isn't operating on a dual mating strategy. You need a woman who has either 1. A clean past and healthy bonding patterns. 2. Or a woman who has done the genuine, ugly, painful work of healing herself before she met you. How do you test this? Observe her actions, not her words. Words are cheap. I love you is easy to say. Look at her sacrifice. Does she sacrifice her need for external validation to make you feel secure? Does she cut off the orbiters without you asking? Does she treat you with a level of respect and admiration that goes beyond just thanks for paying the bills? If the answer is no, then you are not her partner. You are her host. And parasites do not love their hosts, they only love the nutrients the host provides. I know some of you will say this is harsh. You will say, who are we to judge a woman's past? This is not about judgment. It is about risk assessment. If you were buying a used car, and you saw that it had been driven off-road for 10 years, crashed 3 times, and the engine had been redlined every weekend, and the dealer told you, hey, the price is the same as a new car, and if you check the Carfax you're insecure, would you buy it? Of course not. You would recognize that the wear and tear matters. You would recognize that the history predicts the future reliability. Your life is more important than a car. Your heart is more important. The mother of your future children is the most important decision you will ever make. You have the right to vet. You have the right to have standards. You have the right to want to be desired, not just required. There is a specific reason she chose you. And if that reason is safety, stability, or pension, you need to understand that the clock is ticking. The boredom will set in. The resentment will grow. The past will come calling. Don't be the man who wakes up 5 years from now, looking at the wreckage of his life, whispering, I knew it. The signs were there. Trust your gut. The eyes don't lie. If you see emptiness where there should be fire, if you see relief where there should be adoration, walk away. There are women out there who have preserved their capacity to love. Women who will look at you and see the hero, not the ATM. But you will never find them if you are busy playing Captain Save-A-Ho to a woman who is just using you to pay for the sins of her past. The game is rigged only if you refuse to learn the rules. Now you know. The move is yours. If this video spoke to a feeling you've had but couldn't articulate, I need you to do 2 things. First, hit the subscribe button. We are building an archive of truths that society is trying to suppress. Second, look in the description. I have a guide on vetting for long-term value. It goes deeper into the red flags we discussed today. Don't gamble with your future. See you in the next one.